job, guys.
And that's it, the 2005 Ladies State Champion, Judy Bowden.
You're throwing the ball like you used to. I have to hold this many.
Okay, here we go, the 2005 Men's State Singles Championship. Charles Milan III, who you may hear me refer to as Dad on occasion when we get excited, and Shawn Morrison. Charlie starts right out with a big 4-pin draw. Shawn, never been so nervous in his life. It's with a 6. They both missed the head pin.
This is exciting. I think the women had both marks in the first boxes, and they can't even hit the head pin.
All right.
Even close.
So, Charlie starts out with a 9.
And Shawn with a 10.
They're going to bowl 10 strings, head to head. Charles Milan, state champion, 1950s, 1960s, 1970s, 1980s, 1990s, yet to win it in the 2000s. He's come out of retirement to take a run at it, and he's made the finals. 68 years old. Dad was state champion before Shawn's father was born.
Good try up there for Charlie. I just want to make sure everything is right up front and honest. Charlie's been like a dad to me. Shawn's been like a little brother. That gives me permission to pick on him, make fun of him in any way, shape, or form, because I'm sitting back here, not up there.
All right, and after 2 boxes, we've got 19 to 19. Nobody yet to break the ice with a mark. Mentor versus protege. Protege sitting next to me, Chip Carson.
I had my run at him back in they've got down 1992, and if I remember right, I know right, Charlie beat me by 1 pin, and it had to do with a load in the last box, 1369 to 1368. Well, let's see if both bowlers can average 136 or 137 today. They both definitely have the opportunity to do it. They're both capable of doing it. Now they just have to do it.
No marks yet. They've got matching shirts on. They bowl together on the Maine Heat.
Big ball for Charlie.
The Maine Heat team tournament. The World Championship team tournament. The Maine Heat is won with Charles and Shawn bowling on that team together.
Oh, no luck up there for Charlie. Bad wood.
You'll see Charlie conserving his energy, and you'll see Shawn with a lot of antics and excitement and moving around.
Absolutely, just like I was when I was his age.
So after 3 boxes, 29 to 29. Right through the middle. Shawn on the quarter pin. He gets a little roll, little luck.
You're going to see that Shawn gets a lot of roll and a lot of luck in his ball because it's so fast with so much spin.
So Chip, who's going to win?
Well, all I can tell you is I've got down scores of 1285 to 1265.
And who's got the 1285?
I say it's going to be Shawn.
Oh.
I hate to say it. I think it's going to be
He's
Shawn.
going with the favorite. Huh?
I know it. I know it. So this is excitement plus through 4 frames, a 39 to 36. The women had a 59 and a 56 through 4 boxes back when they were
So
bowling,
no marks yet. I'm sure we're going to see a lot of marks. No marks yet.
Nice ball from Charlie. Another nice ball from Shawn.
So it's a tough match today here at the Bangor Brewer Bowling Lanes. Both bowlers from Brewer. Teammates. Protege.
employee,
mentor,
employer.
Employer, employer. And it's a local hometown crowd. And Shawn breaks the ice with the first spare of the match in the 5th box of the first string. And Charlie with the 10. So when asking the crowd before we started who was going to win, the consensus is with dropped heads, Shawn. Who do they want to win?
I have to say, they'd probably like to see the old man come through.
They'd
Charles.
like to see him come through one more time at
Absolutely.
68 years old, triple the age of Shawn.
Shawn going through the center for a 5 on it. So a 54 half
To 46.
to 46.
All right.
Right on the head pin again.
At times you may see me turn into cheerleader here. That's my typical role in the last 40 years of my dad's matches that I've been around for. He won his first state championship at 18 years old in 1954. Shawn won his first state championship at 18 years old in the early 2000s.
Now the question is, did your father remember his first state title? Back then, he used to partake in a little bit of alcoholic beverages.
That was before he partook in the libations.
So a 5-pin drop for Charlie. Right now, not looking too sharp. Shawn picking up that wonderful wood shot.
All right. Time for a here we go, Dad.
All right, that ball
That's
right
a nice
there
10.
had a little bit of a
That's
zip
a
on
nice
it.
10. All right. And you'll see the crowd gets behind the 10s. I've noticed that through the last few weekends with Dad bowling in the eliminations.
They're cheering the
The
10s.
crowd really cheers the 10s.
All right, Shawn off the head pin, but still gets 8 on it.
And it was a 10 that deserved cheering. All right, he's on the head pin. He's got it working for him.
You
9-pin
can tell.
drop with a wood.
You can tell definitely that the crowd is behind Charlie. There's no question about it.
Spear for Shawn.
6 people cheer for Shawn Spear.
He can't shoot rolling wood, and right before he threw, the wood moved a little bit, and he stopped.
Uh-oh.
And he's on it, his first spare of the match in the 8th box of the first string.
That ball was going about 8 miles an hour.
So it's time here. He's got 2 boxes to go, as does Shawn. Shawn's working 2 marks in a row, 92 in a ball to 73 in a ball for Charlie. Shawn right on it with a 9-pin drop.
Oh.
A 1-pin on the spare. Shawn picking up his spare, 111 in a ball after 9.
So already this is turning into something gross.
It's a 20-pin match here after 8 boxes. I can remember many matches with Dad losing by 40 or 50 going into the last string, and I just knew that he had it won. It was
Yeah.
all over.
Oh, yeah,
And
there's
he'd
no
be down
question.
50.
Yeah. Sets the trap. So 81 through 9 for Charlie Milan and 111 in a ball for Shawn Morrison here in this first string of the men's 2005 and a bum ball.
Shawn's had a really good second half. Shawn, I think, is getting beyond the lights and the TV cameras. And he's really come into a groove, and he's throwing his ball. He's got 4 in a row. He's striking the 10th box. Dad on the head pin, big reaction from the crowd there. And a nice 10.
And once again, you're right, they're cheering the 10s.
So horrendous 91 string to start the match for Charlie Milan.
Yeah, 13 years ago when he beat me, I think it was 191 he threw the first string.
So, and I'm Charles Milan IV, here with you this afternoon at the 2005 Men's State Championships with my co-announcer Chip Carson. Bowling today, Charles Milan III, my dad, Shawn Morrison, co-worker and friend.
So 8 on it, 139 for Shawn on the first warm-up string basically here in the 2005.
So you can see, and that's what we expect from Shawn today, is he bowled a 139, and it didn't seem exciting.
Made it look routine.
That's
Exactly.
that's his average. So Shawn just right on top of his game, one of the top bowlers in candlepin bowling. Dad starts the string.
But never ever count out the master.
Never count him out. He'll just keep coming back at you.
And that's what so many bowlers do against Charlie is they, now that he's a little bit older, you know, they kind of take it for granted, and they let up, and they ended up getting pounded.
And the secret weapon of Dad, we saw him walking around this morning, and what was that secret weapon, Chip?
It is definitely the heating pad.
The heating pad.
With a rubber band right around it, holding it in place right on his rump. Charlie working on a strike. A little bit.
He's in the pocket, a little bit full. Shawn right dead in the pocket with a 9-pin break.
This is definitely makeable for Charlie. Close up.
Shawn shooting for spare. Picks it up.
Spare up in the second, 19 and a ball for Shawn Morrison.
To 28 for Charles Milan. And that's going to be critically important today for Charlie, is to pick up those 10s.
Absolutely.
You know, he can't leave pins on the plate like he just did. Through 100 boxes, if you leave a pin or box, that's 100 pins. So it's vitally important to pick up your 10s on your third ball. Pick up those 2 pins, that 1 pin.
Charlie with a 4-pin break. The piece of wood back there, is it enough? Doesn't quite get the kick.
Oh, and a great shot by Shawn. It just didn't get the pin to fall. He moved it around a little bit. He got a lot of wiggle, but it just didn't go.
Shawn with another mark.
Okay, so through 3 boxes in the second string, 38 for Charlie to 38 in the ball for Shawn.
Charlie right in the pocket again.
Oh, there we go.
9-pin drop.
9 with a wood. So
Shawn with another 9-pin drop. 47 for 3.
Spare for Charlie. Charlie needs a couple of strikes right here. Oh, and Shawn didn't have a lot of room to make that shot. He had to get by that front deadwood, and he just kissed that pin on the way by.
Just gave it a kiss.
Enough to tip it over.
Both bowlers with marks in the 4th frame. Charlie sets up. Throws, smashes
In
the pocket again.
Oh.
And not even a little bit of help with the wood.
So Shawn misses the head pin, but a lot of action on the ball, a lot of velocity, a lot of spin. He's got an 8-pin drop. Head pin, pocket shot to pick up the spare.
Oh.
He bounces his ball a little bit off the approach, and Shawn tends to do that when he lets up a little bit. So when he lets up to try to pick up those shots to get control, and it didn't serve him that time when he bounced the ball.
75 half for Shawn in the second string of the 2005 Men's All Events Champions Tournament here at the Bangaboo Lanes.
So Shawn with a 75 half second string, 139 first string. Charlie with a slow start, 91 first string, 64 at the half. So Charlie definitely has to pick it up, and you can see when he throws the ball, he's not fully bending over. Chip and I know him, seen him bowl our whole lives. And right now he doesn't have that snap on the ball and that full bend over extension.
Except for that ball right there, huh?
He threw a strike, but he didn't look in his best form.
No, he definitely
Still,
isn't.
it's going to take him 2.5, 3 strings to get the kinks out of that 68-year-old body. And Shawn's definitely not going to wait for him, so. Dad's got to be throwing the ball, but not hurt himself.
He definitely looks like he's throwing a little harder now than he was the first string, but like you say, it's going to take him a couple, 2 or 3 strings to get those joints worked out.
Oh, and Shawn missed that 3 times. One with the pin, one with the deadwood, and one with the ball. He had it surrounded. And Dad with a nice offer, 9 load on the strike for an 83 after 6.
And Shawn Morrison with a 94, so 11 pins more on top of the first string lead.
48-pin lead. 102 for Charlie. So here we are, 8 boxes into the second string. Shawn with a commanding lead so far. Charlie with 2 spares and 2 strikes.
Oh, another big pocket hit. And everything flew right backwards on that one, leaving the 4, 7, 8, 9.
Oh, and a really nice shot, very accurate. There was really only one place to go, and he hit it. So it's nice spare in the 9th box here. 112 in a ball for Charlie.
129 for Shawn after 9. Yeah, I hope that first string doesn't haunt Charlie, because that's usually not the way he comes out of the gate. He just doesn't throw 90 strings very often in the league, in practice, whatever. He just doesn't throw 90 strings. There's some action there.
So 121 for 9 for Charlie, 129 for Shawn. Shawn leaves the 10th box open. Charlie's got a tough wood there.
Why would you call that a tough wood?
Well, that wood in the back with the could have ricocheted it around that pin.
I'll take that shot every time. I'll take that shot every time.
Chip sitting next to me and not bowling in the eliminations this year.
And not supporting a suit and tie like you are. What a fine suit you have on today, Joe.
Right up the middle. 135 for Charlie to 139 for Shawn. Shawn's lead increases to 52 pins after 2 strings. So after 2 strings, Charlie's got 4 spares, 2 strikes, and 7 tens. And he's got a strike to start the 3rd string.
And Shawn's had 2 strikes and 8 spares, you know, with a half a dozen 10 bucks. So, you know, both bowlers doing okay. The only difference is you know, Shawn's picking up his spares, and Charlie hasn't had a lot of opportunity to pick up some spares. He's had a lot of splits.
So we're early in the match. Shawn has a 52 pin lead after 2 strings. Charlie started out the 3rd string with a strike. A double strike right here would bring him a lot closer, and I'm sure that he's hoping to strike here.
Well, a 6 bucks for Shawn in the first frame. He definitely doesn't want to give Charlie an edge to get back in, because he'll take it.
Oh, a lot of action there. Oh, strong pocket hit for Shawn.
And he's looking at a 7 pin with no wood.
It's interesting to see that Charlie threw a strike and Shawn threw a 6.
And another spare up. And right on it for Shawn, spare in the 2nd.
Shawn, being young, is yet to develop his mental game fully.
Well, that's definitely right. There's no question that.
And if Charlie can get Shawn watching him bowl, then that could definitely benefit Charlie. If Shawn stays focused, throws his ball, then Shawn's right at the top of the candlepin industry as a bowler.
Shawn right in the pocket and takes out the 1-8.
That's something you'll never see with those big balls.
Oh, Charlie misses to the left.
So a really big spare there for Charlie, and he threw by the pin to the left. And important, he's got to pick up his 10s, and again he threw to the left.
So a 9 for Shawn, 27 after 3.
So 48 for Charlie, so he's tightened it by 21 pins here. So Shawn's 52 pins after 2 strings. It's changed to 31 pins after 2 strings and 3 boxes.
And Shawn with another pocket hit, leaving an 8-pin break with some wood that...
Both bowlers have wood to work with here. We should see a couple of spares.
There's Charlie's, and it looks like there's Shawn's. So spares up in the fourth frame for each bowler. Still 21 pins.
So the local hometown crowd, it's a tough day. They want to see both bowlers win.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, you want to see your hometown bowlers win, and we're fortunate in Brewer here today. Bangor Brewer Bowling Lanes hosting the state championships this year. And we've come down to the finals, and it's Shawn Morrison of Brewer versus Charles Milan III of Brewer.
Oh, just sliding by to the left-hand side.
Oh, and
Shawn with a break.
Spinning that deadwood and picking up both pins as it goes through. .74 at the half for Charles Milan III here.
And 54 in a ball for Shawn as they switch lanes here in this third string of the finals of the All Events Championship for 2005. And another pocket hit for Shawn.
Charlie's in the pocket, and he's left with a split.
Wow.
What do you think, Chip? Take that left pin and bounce it off the left wall and come back and hit the right pin?
That's the only shot he's got, Charles. There's no question about that.
Shawn picks up his spare. Charlie with a really tough split here. Probably going to bounce that 4-pin off the wall.
And he tries it.
Oh, and it doesn't
just
quite
misses.
come back.
And a 10
And
up
he
for
picks
Charlie.
up his 10 for 84 after 6. Shawn with a 73 in a ball.
So Shawn can tighten this right back up here with a big bomb ball. And he slides off the head pin for a 5-load, 78 through 6.
Charlie right in the pocket again, and you can just see he just doesn't have that velocity and
There's
that
no
snap
question.
on his ball, and he's leaving tough splits. So you can see, even though when you're in the pocket where you want to be, if you don't have that extra snap and velocity on your ball, when you get to this level, then you just don't carry the pins.
No question about it, Charlie. Shawn just recently bowled over 700 in the first annual Les Lovely tournament down in Newport. It's got a nice establishment down there, Charles.
Yeah, Greg Lovely has built a really nice building and bowling center in Newport. The Newport, is it the Newport Entertainment Center?
Newport Entertainment Center,
Newport Entertainment
right off
Center.
the exit, yep.
And Greg is doing a lot to promote bowling in the state. He's hosting the biggest singles event ever in the history of candlepin bowling.
Yeah, that's right.
In honor of his dad, and offering $25,000 guaranteed prize money.
Which is incredible for this game, Charlie.
And supporting that tournament out of his own pocket. And providing motel rooms down there at Lovely's Motel. And Greg just does a whole lot in the Newport area to provide entertainment and businesses and restaurants and really supports the Newport community.
Shawn looking at a 7-pin drop with the wood rolling out. And he's kind of hoping that wood will roll back in, but it doesn't.
Oh, and there's
big
a
double for
very
Charlie,
big
Milan.
double strike.
Hold your tickets.
So Shawn with a tough split here in the 9th box of the 3rd string. Shawn with a 52-pin lead going into the 3rd string. Charlie starting to get the kinks worked out of that 68-year-old body, throwing a little bit harder. And now he's throwing a double strike here in the end of the 3rd string. Shawn with a tough break. And the old college try, shooting for a 10 here. Shawn with a 10. So Shawn with 114 in the 9th box. Charlie with 112 in a ball in the 8th box. So this is a very important ball right here. If Charlie can throw a strike, he can really cut into that 52-pin lead that Shawn has after 2 strings. And that's the thing in candlepin bowling, is that strikes are not a common thing, and a 50-pin lead can get turned around in a matter of 3 boxes in no time. He's on the head pin, and he gets a 17 load on that double strike in the 7th box. 119 after 7. 129 in the ball here. And he just doesn't carry the 10 pin. So 9 on that strike in the 9th box. 138 after 9. So 107 for Shawn.
117 and a ball.
Charlie finishes with a 148.
Great string for Charlie.
So
Those doubles
Charlie's
add
gonna
up quick.
make up 20 pins or so. So Shawn seems to have thrown a 10 there in the last box.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm messing up the
So Charlie
scores.
made up 31 pins there in the 3rd string, cut that 52-pin lead into a 21-pin lead. Here we go into the 4th string. Charlie up first. The bowler on the right in candlepin bowling always has the right of way, so you'll see Shawn yielding to Charlie to start each string.
Shawn with a big bomb ball there, just leaving the 7 pin.
Oh,
Oh, slides by. If I had to pick one single thing of Shawn's game that definitely needs work, it's 9-pin drops.
it is. The single pins, and at this level, the the single pins for the spare, most of the bowlers at this level get a 9-pin drop and just don't even think about it. It's automatic.
That's right.
They throw they just say, thank God it's a spare, and they throw the ball and they get the spare.
Yeah.
And I think Shawn has a little bit of a mental block with those 9-pin drops, and instead of thinking, oh, that's great, I got a 9-pin drop, I just have to hit that pin, I think he thinks, oh no, I got a 9-pin drop, I've got to hit that pin.
Yeah. And once you miss a couple, then of course it gets in your head.
It does, and so Shawn definitely, his mental game needs work on that, but he's got such a strong ball, and his first ball is so powering that he picks up more 9-pin drops than most people because he has more to shoot at.
That's right.
But he does miss those 9-pin drops, and that's critical. And as Shawn matures in his game, then he'll get to be even a stronger bowler.
That's right.
So after 2 here, they both got spares in the 2nd box, 19 in the ball for Shawn and Charlie.
Charlie missing
Dad
the
off the
head
head pin. Shawn with a 9 load. He's got a wood coming in. Not hard enough.
9 on it, 28 after 2.
So he could, Dad right on target, but doesn't carry that 9-pin. Shawn with a spare in the 3rd.
So 395
to 374
after 3 strings.
So 21-pin Shawn Morrison lead after 3 strings.
Charlie with
right
a
in
good
the
ball.
pocket, a little full. He leaves the 7-10, but he's got some wood to work with. Shawn right in the pocket again, and you'll see Shawn leave that 7-pin a lot, and that's a pin he has trouble with. Most right-hand bowlers, that's their easiest pin.
Charlie right on target. Doesn't take
And
the
that was
10
a tough
pin.
thing. You had to bounce that ball off the wall and get the ball to come back, and it didn't happen. So 43 after 4 for Charlie, 57 in the ball for Shawn. So the three-string lead of 21 pins is spread out a little bit here in the 4th string. Going into the 5th box. Charlie with 43, Shawn with 57 in the ball. Charlie
nice
right on the
ball.
head pin, and he is on that head pin. And that indicates that at some point in the match, he'll break out and throw a big string.
Oh, there's no question about that. I think everybody knows that. Although 148 isn't too shabby, Charlie.
That's a great string, but you know, we're hoping to see 160, 170, 180 string here today from one of the bowlers.
You know, once again, I hate to go back to that 91 string, but if, you know, even if he had just thrown 120 string, we'd have a dead even match.
And a lot of people, I remember in that match that you were bowling, Dad, had a lot of people dead out of the match after 7.5 strings.
That's right.
And then after 8.5 strings, had you out of the match. So it's, you know, anything can happen in candlepin bowling.
Of course it does.
So it goes back and forth, and the tides can turn quickly. A couple of open boxes by one bowler, which is common in candlepin. You get a lot of open boxes, and a couple of spares and strikes by the other bowler, and you can turn it around in a hurry.
Well, that was definitely the best match that I'd ever had with anybody, was that year that I did bowl your father. And
I've seen a lot of bowling, and that's the best match I've ever seen.
I've never seen so many people at a match. I mean, they were sitting on the lanes, they were standing on top of the counter. It was absolutely incredible.
So we've got a lot of people here in the crowd today cheering on the hometown bowlers, Charles Milan III and Shawn Morrison.
Well, I've kind of wanted to give both these guys a hard time, but I haven't had anything to give them a hard time about yet.
Now they're both bowling well, hitting their shots. In the pocket. Dad's in the pocket, not getting great breaks.
And
just
nice
powers.
offer by Shawn.
Doesn't he power those shots?
Oh, it's unbelievable. Sometimes they dance around so much they don't know where they're going. Nice shot by Charlie.
The way Shawn powers his shots reminds me of that over-the-hill bowler Chip Carson back in his day.
Yeah, that's me, all right. That's all right. A few little health issues this year. I'll be back in the running next year, I'm sure.
Those heart attacks kind of slow a guy down for a while.
Heart attack? That's a little bit much, isn't it?
No. That was like that wood there, the 9-pin drop of the wood.
Oh,
all right,
man.
Charlie loading a spare here in the 7th box, 73 and a ball to Shawn's 100. Strike would be nice right here.
Almost looks like he's trying to steer the ball a little bit, don't you think? Outside.
He's definitely not as fluid as I've seen him.
Good offer by Charlie, a little bit full. 10 bucks for Shawn, 110 through 8 boxes.
Charlie's been nursing an elbow injury for about the last 25 years.
He's been nursing everything kind of injury for the last 25 years.
He doesn't have a lot of cartilage and ligament between in his elbow left, and has some bones rubbing against each other.
What I don't understand, it's not as if he's overworked, Charlie. Another nice ball by Shawn.
Nice ball by Shawn. See a lot of strikes and 9-pin drops by Shawn. Very smooth. When he lays that ball down smooth,
Charlie right
really
back with a
works
good
well.
8-pin drop of his own with a, looks like a pretty good wood, but you never can take anything for granted. And I don't think they're going to give him
I
that.
think it was good. Yeah, I think it was good, yeah. So they've scored at a spare. And when that happens, you notice that the ball kind of hit the deadwood on the way by to the shot. If the ball is half on the lane when it hits something that's in the gutter, then it's still in play. And it was scored a spare, so that was the case. And he's in the pocket again and gets a 6-pin drop.
All right, Shawn Morrison loading the strike with
You
a
can see
7.
Shawn's ball spinning down there in the gutter. And that spin on the ball, based on the laws of physics, that extra physical force on the ball, you can see that thing just spinning. Creates physical forces on the pins that knocks them down.
Well, the great physical force just got him 136.
Charlie with
fourth
114 in the ball for the 4th string. So it looks like Shawn's going to open this lead up to 30 some odd pins for 4 strings. which can be turned around very quickly.
Oh, and a big bomb ball for Charlie.
And that was a nice looking ball right there.
That was a good looking ball. Watch out now. He's at his he's at his warm up strings. He's ready to bowl
He's
now.
warmed up and ready to go. All right, here we go. So you can see Charlie's really finished strong in the last 3 strings, the last 2 boxes, which is critical of a champion, is those last 2 boxes you've always got to mark. You don't leave the door open to lose any pins in those last 2 boxes.
Shawn with a good pocket hit. Uh-oh.
That was a heavy hitting ball on the approach. Oh, and Shawn did have the luck
He picks
there.
it up for the
It looks
spare
like
in
he
the
was
first.
not going to have the luck, but it came through for him.
And with a strong finish, he starts out the
There's a lucky 7.
lucky 7.
Lucky
they
7.
say. Nothing lucky about the 7s, I'll tell you.
Unless you're shooting craps and you come out with a 7. And for a lot of people today, they think this is a crapshoot for Charlie. And there's a nice 9-pin drop, and you'll see Charlie's pins just kind of tumble, and Shawn's pins just kind of disappear.
Disappears, right.
Shawn just kind of crush them, and Charlie just kind of finesses them.
Now that was ugly. Shawn,
Nice
right
shot
on his
by
mark.
Shawn.
Charlie totally blows the second box with a 9-pin drop. Picking
And
it
he
up for the
picks
10.
it up for a 10. So he missed a 9. That's the second 9-pin drop that Charlie's missed.
That's
in
one
42
thing
boxes.
that 30 years ago, he never missed a single pin.
No,
He
never.
never, ever missed
Never
a single
missed.
pin. And another 9-pin drop for Charlie.
So when it's a single pin, it's the 4-pin, right out in the middle of the lane. The corners are tougher to hit, but the ones in the middle.
And right on it for Charlie. Would have been a nice load, Charles.
It would have been. Shawn
coulda,
leaves the
woulda.
head pin after 2 balls. And Charlie, even though he's on the head pin, he's not getting a lot of spare breaks. He's missed 2 9-pin drops, but he's only had 5 spares through 3 strings. In the 4th string, he finished with 3 spares at the end, 9 spares at the end of 4 strings.
And
Another
another
nice
9-pin
9.
drop.
He's got the 4-pin again, the same pin. We'll see what that wood does. But Charlie is
Yeah, now this can be a tough shot, Charlie, because he's got that wood and he's got to worry about hitting the cap. And that's exactly what happened. He was worried about the cap. Shawn right on his mark, picks up a mark in the 4th, 48 in the ball.
and Charlie with 46 after 4 in the 5th string here of the 2005 State Men's Championships. Shawn Morrison leading after 4 strings. Shawn's lead is 33 pins after 4 strings.
Shawn off the head pin, picking up 4 on his load, 52 through 4.
To 46 for Charlie. Charlie's got 10 spares, 5 strikes, and 10 tens through 4 strings.
And a rare 6-box for Shawn, 58 half.
To 55 for Charlie as they switch lanes here in the 5th string.
Definitely could have been a little bit more of a deficit for Charlie if he had just picked up those 2 9-pin drops, but you know, everybody misses.
So here we go, the second half of the 5th string. Shawn with a to the box, 36 pin lead. And he's heavy on the quarter pin, but he's got a wood to work with and 1 pin to hit the head pin, kick that wood around and carry the back 3.
Yeah, that was a pretty much
And that was
automatic
wired.
shot. Yeah, that was automatic.
Charlie drops his ball, heard the big thud. And if he can hit that 5 pin on the outside and pick up the 10.
He'll get some more cheers from the gallery.
Oh, and he slides by. 63 for 8.
To 68 and a ball for Shawn Morrison. I see Sessa down there.
Sessa Menendez, a long-time bowling center operator here in Eastern Maine. Avid bowling fan, statistician.
Coach to Charlie, I guess, for the last few days, telling him to go to bed by 9 o'clock. Big bomb ball for Shawn.
So Shawn with a spare strike here in the 6th and 7th box of the 5th string. Widen his lead a little bit. Charlie with a 72 for 7 to Shawn's 88 and 2 balls.
Shawn ready to throw here in the...
Oh!
Wow. 189.
3-pin drop. Charlie in the pocket with a split again. Shawn right on the head pin, picking the 1, 8, and 9 pin. Takes the group on the right. And whenever you throw a first ball like Shawn just threw, which isn't that common, is that it's kind of like you're hoping to get a 9 or a 10 out of the whole box. A spare is almost out of the question. Try to take one side first and then one side, the next side, and pick away and hope to come out of it with an 8 or a 9 or a 10.
Well, 81 through 8 for Charlie. He's definitely got to come out of this one with a couple marks in the end.
This is where it's really important, and where in the other strings he's finished strong, except the first, to get a couple of marks here in the last 2 boxes.
And he's definitely got the opportunity here with an 8-pin drop with, I'd consider that pretty good wood, wouldn't you,
That's a
Charlie?
pretty good wood. As long as he doesn't cap that front wood on the way by, he can play the wood on the far outside. There we go. Or play it straight in, so he had some options there. Not many places he could miss. So 114 to 91 and a ball in the 9th box here of the 5th string. Charlie really needs a big load here and another mark.
Yeah, he needs a kick to get him going for the 6th string.
He does. A double strike would be great. A strike on it. Shawn with a strike.
You knew that before it even went over, didn't you, Charles?
That wood was coming in and that back pin was wobbling. It had to go some way. Charlie misses the head pin and leaves the Dick Stacy 1-7-10. He can win a pair of Atlas tires if he picks this up. Oh, and he's got a set of 4 Atlas tires.
What a ball, boy.
From Dick Stacy.
Country Jamboree, 1976.
Nice shot, the 1-7-10. The Atlas tires. Dick Stacy, his hands are not dirty anymore. He sold his gas station. And amazingly, Shawn picked the 1-8-9 again.
Again, that's rare.
You don't see that often, and Shawn's done it twice, and he picked the 1-8 earlier in the match. Charlie almost fell down there and threw a 5 on his mark.
Oh, it's going to get brutal. All right, Shawn with a 6 load to put him at 130 in this 5th string, a 661
to 116 for Charlie. So the lead now after 5 strings, Shawn up 47 pins.
As we get ready to start the 6th string here in this 2005 Men's All Events Championship. Charlie with a real slop ball. Ends up with the 1-2-4.
Shawn tweaks out a 9-pin drop, leaving the 7-pin. Got to go to the far side of the head pin, and he's got it. So Charlie starts with a spare. He needs a lot of spares this string. He's got to get back in the match a little bit closer this string. Shawn with a spare. Shawn won't leave many windows of opportunity. So Charlie really has got to come into his game here. He's 47 pins down at the half, which which could swing quickly the other way. But Shawn doesn't leave the door open very often. So Charlie's got to stay right on it. He's got to get spares, strikes, and tens all the way through.
And a head pin hit
Oh,
and gets a
and he's got
break.
a little bit of luck there.
And now Shawn with the 1-9.
Unbelievable. So if Shawn continues to do that, that'll get into his head a little bit, which that's Shawn's biggest enemy.
Nice shot
Charlie with
by
another
Charlie.
spare. The crowd comes alive again. We'd lost the crowd there for a few strings.
They'd given up hope. Never give up hope with Charlie's on the lanes, ever. I don't care if he's 18 years old or
Shawn just runs that right down for the 10.
22 for 2.
So, and that's a big thing, and that's why Shawn is at the state championships, is because he started out, he picked the 1-9 in that box, and he ended the box with a 10.
Which I think he's done all 3 times that he's either taken out the 1-8-9 or the 1-9.
He has, and it's so common to end up with a 6 or 7 box.
Sure
Because
is.
you shoot one side and you punch one pin, and then then you've got 2 or 3, and you're throwing your third ball. But Shawn is just right on target, and those 2 and 3 pin drops that he's hitting, he's hitting the head pin to do it.
Once again, Steve Jameson, all 240 pounds of him getting down the lane there at Curry. Oh man, I pick on Steve, good friend of
Okay,
mine.
Chip, whose shot do you want here?
Well, I don't know. It's a tough angle, it looks like, from our point for lane 18, Charlie.
It's a tough shot. Charlie's got to hit that right on the nose, or he's got to hit it high and bounce the ball off the wall. So he can hit that pin, the deadwood, high, try to push the deadwood into the 10 pin and carry the front pin, or he can play it a little bit lower and try to bounce the ball off the wall and take the 10 pin.
He chooses high and
Shoots
makes
high and
the
takes
shot.
the shot. Shawn's just got to make his. He's got to cut that, and for Shawn to play that on the right side, he didn't have a chance because his ball's going so fast. There's no way that ball's going to ricochet into the 10 pin. Shawn needed to shoot that shot on the left-hand side of the 10 pin
And try to bounce it off the
and
wall
bounce
or
the
just
head
get it
pin.
into it. Right.
and bounce the head pin into that pin. Because Shawn's ball travels so fast and straight that he's not going to get the deflection. Physics again. Physics just can't hit that shot on the right for Shawn.
All right, Charlie with a 7-pin drop. Shawn with
Shawn
another
right up the middle.
Center. Right up the old poop chute.
Charlie with a G. Charlie with a tough shot. What's he going to do here, Chip?
Well, if that wood is frozen, he's just going to
It's
play the
not.
2 pins. I
He's
can't
got
see
to
from
he's
here.
got to push that 4 pin against the wall.
Oh!
Because if he doesn't, the 4 pin's going to push that wood too high, which happens. If I could hit him, I could call him. If I could hit him, nobody
The
could
laws
touch
of
me.
physics just drive me crazy. All right, a 6 box for Shawn. So 37 through 4 to Charlie 63. He's got almost 30 pins
26
back.
pins back, yeah. So the 47 pin lead has been cut to 21 again. So now 6 boxes to go here in the 6th string, and Charlie's got to keep throwing marks of 10s.
And there's
He's right on the
another
head pin.
big
He left
ball.
the 4 pin. He's left the 4 pin 3 times and picked it up all 3 times. He's got to stay on it now. Shawn with a tough 4 pin drop.
So Shawn starts out with a mark, and it doesn't even look like he's
It'll
going
be
to throw a
interesting
50
to
half.
see. Shawn in the pocket here can collapse all those pins he throws so hard. Charlie right on that 4 pin for the spare.
And just
And
what
Shawn
happened,
just clobbers that thing, which I had a feeling he would do. I kind of knew he could do it. I hoped he wouldn't. He's bowling my dad. But Shawn's my friend and co-worker, and it's a tough match to watch and cheer. I definitely want my dad to win.
So what did you say? If you beat my dad, you're fired?
No. And I'm sure Shawn wants to win, but he doesn't want to win too bad. And Dad would just want to crush him because he just wants to kill everybody.
Because he's that kind of guy. There's no question about it.
He'd do anything for you, but when you're bowling you, he just wants to beat you and beat you as bad as he can.
He's done the same for decades. That was a little wide.
Because he knows if you're 50 pins ahead, it can turn around in an instant. He doesn't let up. And he's 50 pins down, and he's just going to keep coming back.
The only difference is back years ago, he was never down 50 pins. He'd never let you in the ball game. So an 8 box for Shawn, 61 through 6.
And a 9 for Charlie, 87 through 6 to 61 for Shawn. So Charlie's made up 26 pins here in the 6th string, cutting Shawn's 47 pin lead after 5 down to 21 pins with 4 boxes to go in the 6th string. Shawn
Again, a little
fires.
bit full
He's
on
got it
that
tough.
head pin.
He's hitting full. So Shawn's right on the head pin. He's got to come off the head pin a little bit to get better breaks.
And he got a wood coming
Shawn will
up.
bounce these things all over the place.
Ooh, straight back. Not what he wanted to
And
do.
he does. He's got to, you know, consider that. He's got to get that more deflection and more angles on his shots to get pins to the other side of the lane. Charlie really looking over this deadwood. He's got a tough wood. We can't see from here if he's got enough room to get by it on the left. And if he goes right, he's got to kick that pin around really quick and catch it with the back side of that wood, or he's got to try to push it.
He goes to push it back. Nice shot for Charlie here in the 7th box.
10. Oh no. Yeah.
Oh, Shawn with a light hit that time.
So Charlie with a 97 and a ball here. He's right on the head pin, a little bit full. He leaves 6, but he's got to carry the 3 on the right, and the back pin will go with it. Oh, and Shawn just right on the nose. So Shawn right on target today, but a little bit too full. Even though he's got a big lead, you know, you can see where it could be a whole different match if Shawn was just a little bit lighter on that head pin. And a
So
6
another
box,
6 box.
not a bad box for Shawn. He's just hitting full.
Charlie doing that same thing we've been talking about. Picking up the pins is so important on the 3rd ball.
So 113 to 78. So Charlie's made up 35 pins of the 47 pin deficit. So it's a 12 pin match with 2 boxes to go here in the 6th string. After 5 strings, we heard the crowd grumbling. There wasn't a lot of noise. Charlie was out of the match. And
Absolutely.
now it's a 12 pin match 8 boxes later.
Unbelievable.
So anything can happen here. We've got 4 strings and 2 boxes to go. It's anybody's match. Shawn's still in the lead by 12 pins. Shawn with a 6 pin drop. Charlie ready to go. He's on the head pin a little bit full.
Leaves himself a split.
Shawn right full on
Whoa,
it. Comes
almost got
back
a
door,
break.
almost got it. When you throw hard and fast, you get a lot of pins bouncing off the back. Oh! And Charlie, known in the day as a butcher for slicing those shots over.
Absolutely.
And he sliced that one, but just didn't quite carry it. And he picks up his 10 for a 123 after 10.
Shawn with a 10 for an 88 after 9.
So 35 pins picked up here so far in the 6th string by Charlie, cutting the 47 pin deficit after 5, down to a 12 pin lead for Shawn. Shawn over to the left side of the head pin, trying something a little different. Charlie, same thing. It's called the Brooklyn side. In Candlepin, we call that the Brooklyn side when we go past the head pin and play it on the other side of the pocket.
Uh-oh.
Shawn right on the shot, and it
That wood in
flies
behind.
by. You never know what's going to happen with that deadwood. Charlie with a tough wood. He's got to play it high and bounce the ball. There it
And
is.
he makes it. Would you say the crowd's behind Charlie?
The crowd gets excited when he gets a spare strike or a 10.
All right, so the first 90 string for Shawn, 97, which puts him to, let's see here, 758 through 6 strings.
Charlie with a 133 and a ball. Always trying to get an 8, 9, or a 10 load. He's got 1 ball. This is it. 1 ball for the 6th string.
He can put this within 4 pins with a strike. Gets a light hit.
Light hit 5 for a 138. So Charlie, 752
To 758. That's incredible.
Let's check the official scores.
No, he's got 748.
All right, 748.
We've got that huge bad angle. We'll blame it on the angle, Charlie.
So 748 to 758. It's a 10-string match. So it's gone from Shawn in the lead 48 pins after the first string, 52 pins after the second string. Shawn by 21 after 3, by 33 after 4, by 47 after 5, and by 10 pins after 6.
And Charlie just missing the 1-2, which you just don't see him miss that many times.
And he picks up his 10. Shawn throws by for a 9 box. So when there's another pin, so you can see where picking those pins is critical. Shawn missed his pin, Charlie picked his. Charlie cuts into the lead by one more pin. So it's a 9-pin match through 6 strings and 1 box. Charlie on the head pin full, he's coming back, no. Shawn right in the pocket there, and there's his 9-pin drop with the 7-pin. And he just missed that 7-pin for the 10, he threw by it on the left.
Yep, that's right.
Charlie was shooting left here, trying to bring those pins into that deadwood lane in behind, and he didn't do it.
That wasn't even
Shawn
close.
threw by
with
it on
Shawn.
the right. He missed it by
I mean, that
probably
wasn't
8 inches,
eight inches.
That's a lot in at this level in candlepin bowling.
Almost looks like he's tightening up a little bit.
Well, it's a 10-string match. It's down to 10 pins. So now this is the time when that mental game comes into play. Shawn's got the ability, the stamina. Charlie's got the experience and the mental capacity. And, you know, after 1 string, you know, it comes down to that first string. Shawn had a 50-pin lead. And here we are, after 6 strings, it's down to 10 pins.
And he carries out
After
that pin.
5 strings, Shawn had a 47-pin lead.
That's right.
So you can see in the 6th string, Charlie kind of cranked it up. He threw 6 marks.
And a nice shot by Charlie. So a mark in the 3rd for each man. The difference that I see with Shawn right now is he usually throws so many strikes. And he just hasn't been throwing as many strikes as he usually does.
No, and Charlie threw 6 strings, has had 5 strikes. He has
And there's a big strike on it.
there's
for
a
Charlie
strike when he
Milan.
really needed it. And that's the first strike since the 3rd string for Charlie. And it couldn't come at a better time, so he's got 50 and 2 balls after 4. Shawn working on a strike in the 3rd. Shawn with an 8 load.
37 after 3.
37, so it's 3 pins.
Charlie actually has the chance for the first time in the match to take the lead.
So he's -7 to the ball. 8, 9, or 10 on this strike, and Charlie's in the lead. After being down almost 50 pins in the 1st string, being down 47 at the end of 5, Charlie came back with a 138 in the 6th to Shawn's 97. So you can see you just can't leave the door open. Either bowler will take advantage. Charlie bowled a 91 in the 1st string. Shawn had a 50-pin lead. Shawn bowled a 97 in the 6th string, and it cut the lead down to 10. Now here we are, halfway through the 7th string, and we're looking at just about an even match.
Charlie working on a strike. Left side just misses.
Shawn, an automatic spare here.
56 and a ball for Shawn.
Charlie, 59 after 4. Shooting at the 8-pin for a 10. He throws by it. 68. .68 at the half to 56 and a ball. So we're going to be within 5 pins here after 6.5 strings in the 2005 Men's State Singles Championships. Charles Milan III from Brewer bowling Shawn Morrison of Brewer. Mentor versus protege. Employer versus employee. Teammates.
Old guy versus young guy.
Old guy versus young guy.
7 on
Charlie,
it for Shawn.
triple Shawn's age. 23 to 68, almost 69. And a
Charlie
strike
with
for
a big
Charlie.
bomb ball and a little snap of the hands. Shawn with a mark of his own here in the 6th.
Charlie's here to bowl. He's got the heating pad on, and he's ready to go. This is going to be a match.
I have to admit, he didn't look good before the match with the heating pad with the cord sticking out of his
No.
rear end. I mean, I'm telling you.
Through the end of 5 strings, we had lost the crowd. Shawn was 50 pins ahead. And now they're going to crank it up.
Shawn back with an 8-pin drop.
Charlie
Not a
on
good
the
lead.
strike. Shawn's got a split, but he can cut that over. He's got the 3-7. Charlie dropped that ball. He's on a strike though. Critical ball here for the load. Really difficult spare for Charlie. Shawn can cut that 3 into the 7.
Does he do it?
Oh, and he just misses. Nice
offer.
offer for Shawn. Charlie loading the strike here. Oh, he's full on the head pin. Bad 5 load on the strike. 83 to 81 through 6. Shawn 91 through 7. And Charlie with a nice
that's a
9.
great
That was a
pickup
nice
right
out.
there.
92. So it's a 9-pin match. Shawn in the lead by 9 pins. So the closest we got was 5 pins in the 5th box.
Shawn off that head pin again. I think probably Shawn's saying to himself, what happened? I had a 50-pin lead after the first.
And that's the mental game. So, and that's Shawn's weakness, is Shawn's got to stay out of his head and just throw his ball and bowl his game. Oh, and he's right on that shot.
Great offer.
Carried it.
Great
Beautiful
offer by
ball.
Shawn Morrison.
Shawn, when he lays that ball down smooth, anything can happen. That first ball laid down smooth is just explosive, and he's always got an 8, 9, or 10. If he drops it a little bit, he'll ting. He's been tinging that 1, 8, 9 combination that you very rarely see. With the velocity and spin on the ball that Shawn has, you just don't see those 1, 8, 9 picks very often, and he's done it 3 times today, and twice with the 1, 8 or the 1, 9.
Now looking at a 7-pin.
So 99 to 101 after 8. Shawn's in the lead by 2 pins. Shawn with a 12-pin lead in the match. Charlie on the pocket again. He's got an 8-pin drop with a wood.
Now if we can get
the wood is friend or foe.
If we can get the camera guy out of the way, we might be able to see something here.
Shawn picks his up.
Charlie snaps the wood, doesn't pick up the spare.
And the wood is a foe. Harking back.
9 bucks for the master. 108 through 9. Shawn 111 and a ball.
So Shawn 111 and a ball to 108 for Charlie. Shawn 10 pins in the lead coming into the 7th string. Charlie definitely needs a mark now.
Big ball right there for Shawn.
A lot of things can happen in a few boxes. At the match, in the match, it was almost even at the half. Charlie made a comeback.
Not
and then
quite
Shawn
enough.
spare strike in the last 2 boxes. Charlie's got the 10 pin here with some wood out there.
Now he's always told me, if you
Play
see
the
the
pin.
pin, hit it.
If you
but
see
look
the
at
pin,
that
hit
wood
it.
right there. I think things have changed
what he's
in the
ever
last
taught.
10 or 15 years.
When you can, we'll have to ask him about that later. When you can
there's
see
no
the
question.
pin, hit it. That's all we ever heard because it was always automatic for him.
Yeah, that's true.
But your confidence and ability changes when your mental game changes when you're 68 years old, almost 69. Oh, unfortunate 2 punch for Charlie to load that mark for 120, which is a very respectable string. 140 for Shawn. So Shawn picks up another 20 pins and he expands his lead to 30 pins. So you can see just 5 boxes ago, Charlie had narrowed the lead down to 5 pins at the end of 6.5 strings. And in the next 5 boxes, even though Charlie threw a spare and a strike, Shawn increased the lead to 30 pins. So here we go, 3 strings to go, 30 pins. Charlie starts right out in the pocket, as does Shawn. They both leave the 7 pins. Shawn's got no pins on the plate, and you'll notice that through the whole match.
They don't have a
Shawn
chance.
throws such a powering ball that he knocks the pins down and off the plate. Charlie, you'll notice, throwing the finesse ball, knocks the pins down. They kind of soup around there and work to knock pins down.
Once again, Shawn missing.
Shawn having
another
trouble with
9-pin
that
draw.
7 pin. He threw by it on the left, he threw by it on the right. Getting a little dry here. Okay, 8th string, Charlie with a spare to start it out. He's 30 pins down, he needs a mark right here. Big load, 8, 9, or 10. He's on the head pin, he's got a 7, he's got a wood to work with. Shawn just crushes another ball into the head pin, leaves a single pin, the 4 pin. We'll see what he does with that.
Oh, nice offer by Charlie.
Tried to bounce that off the wall.
And another
but he
9-pin
didn't.
drop.
So that's Shawn's 4th 9-pin drop that he's missed today.
Definitely leaving the door open for Charlie. 10 bucks for Shawn, 19
So
through 2.
26 to 19. Charlie picked up 7 pins, cuts into the 30-pin deficit by 7. 23-pin difference after 8 strings and 2 boxes. Charlie, being the bowler on the right, will throw first here. He's on the head pin full. Carry the 10.
Shot.
That was nice. Shawn just
Shawn with
crushes
another
another
9-pin.
pocket ball. Another 9-pin drop. He's missed the 7. He's missed the 4.
Well, he's got a shot at the 5 now.
Oh, Charlie
tough
on the
break.
shot. And this, historically, that's been his toughest shot. He's historically always picked off that front pin of the 8-pin drop and left the back one. And he did it again there. So Shawn spared his. Charlie with a 10. 36 to 29 in a ball. Charlie with 36, Shawn with 29 in a ball. So Shawn with a 7 here evens it up. Shawn holding on to a 30-pin lead with a little over 2.5 strings to go. It's anybody's match. Shawn has had the lead since the first box when it was 10 to 9.
Charlie with a good break there. And Shawn picks up off the head pin a 4-load for 33 after 3. Charlie looking at a good
So
spare
Charlie,
opportunity.
1 pin to hit here. He's got the 2-pin and the 4-pin with a wood between. If he hits the 2, he should carry the 4, and he threw by the 2 to the left.
Misses the shot.
That was a big shot there.
That was a huge
We're going
shot.
to circle that box, and might be talking about that later. And
Shawn with a 9, 42 for 4 boxes.
rolls a 9.
45 for Charlie.
So he's picked up 3 pins of the 30-pin deficit. Charlie trailing by 27. Through 8 strings and 4 boxes here in the 2005 Men's State Championship. Shawn Morrison of Brewer versus Charles Milan III of Brewer.
Charlie off the head pin, but gets a pretty good break for
Yeah,
that
that's
shot.
something to work with there. It's a pretty good chance to hit that head pin and mix things up and to get a spare. Shawn just a clean cut shot here. He's got to cut the 3 into the 1. Charlie just missed.
misses.
Had he carried that head, hit the ball, hit the head pin, he would have had a shot. Shawn full onto the 4-pin. So Charlie with a chance for a 10 here to pick up a couple more pins. He doesn't get the 10. Shawn gets
with
an
an
8. Charlie picks up 1 pin, but you see he had the opportunity to pick up 2. And
Yeah,
those
that
can
could
come
have-
back and haunt you.
That could have been a big half for Charlie right there. Shawn only throwing a 50 half. He definitely had the chance to get all the pins back right there and only gets 4.
So here we are after 7.5 strings. Shawn Morrison with a 26-pin lead.
There's definitely one real good thing about having Charlie up there on the lanes for the finals, and that is that we don't have to listen to him commentate here for the finals here with his colorful personality.
Shawn
with a
right on
big
the pocket
ball.
again, just bang. Anybody hurt down there? Leaving the 5-pin. Charlie shooting the 1/4-pin.
It's a little backdoor action.
Shawn bounces the ball but picks up the shot anyway. Charlie with the 110. Tough shot. He's got to go to the left of the head pin and push the head pin into the corner. He didn't get there. And we look to the scorer, and they give him a 10. Questionable 10 there. Oh, official ruling. All right, and Charlie took the pin away from himself. The scorer had called it good, but Charlie said no good.
Yeah, I don't think there was any question about
Yeah, I
that
didn't
shot.
think it was good. So Charlie took the pin away from himself. It does come down to the bowler's call. When the scorer doesn't do it, when it's in agreement with the bowler.
Shawn off the head pin, but gets a good break. 7-pin
So
drop.
Shawn with a 67 after 6 here in the 8th string. Charlie with a 63. Shawn with a 34-pin lead. And Charlie with a nice
by
ball.
Charlie.
Nice ball. Leaving the 6-pin. Wait to see what happens. That wood doesn't look like it's going to come across. Shawn with a tough shot.
And
there's
right
the
on it for
spare.
Charlie.
And Charlie, you can watch him to see if he's getting tired or not, because when he's on the top of his game, when he releases the ball, his left hand is out and behind him. When he gets tired, his left hand is down beside him. If he gets really tired, his left hand is down on his left knee.
Right, that's right.
So we'll see what the fatigue on the 68-year-old effect is having here.
And right on the
His
pocket.
left hand is not venturing too far
Not
away
far,
from the
exactly.
knee.
But he adds another 5 pins to score.
And in the match, it hasn't been, he's got to stay controlled and go for control and kind of keep his ball at a pace that he can sustain for the 10
That's
strings,
exactly
for the
right.
hour and a half that you've got to stand up there and bowl as hard as you can. And
Shawn,
he's done this now for 3 weekends in a row, every Saturday and every Sunday, to make it through the eliminations. And so
I mean, this is actually amazing that he's even within 50 or 100 pins.
it
with
is,
Shawn
for
right now.
most
I mean, that's
bowlers,
incredible.
like any professional sport, most of the players, their prime lasts for 3 to 5 years.
Right,
Not 3 to 5 decades.
that's exactly right.
So, and here Charlie is in his 6th decade of competitive bowling and still at the top with the rest of the bowlers. He's not at the top of his game, but he's at the top of the industry's game.
That's
And
right.
to do that after 6 decades of competition is just amazing. And that's why he's been in Sports Illustrated for just that. Just to have such a long-term tenure in the sport
That's exactly right, Charlie.
is amazing in any sport.
They dedicated something down in the new Applebee's and Brewer, didn't they? A
They
certain
did,
section.
and they have a dad, Charles Milan III is the only player active in his sport to ever be inducted into the New England Sports Hall of Fame.
Incredible.
So he's in the Sports Hall of Fame with the likes of Larry Bird and John Havlicek and
Some pretty good company for
oh
sure.
yeah, and he's the only player ever to go into the Hall of Fame that was not out of his sport. But he's been such a dominating character in the game of candlepin bowling in its history that he's been recognized in both the Maine Sports Hall of Fame
And I think that's one of the reasons why
and the New England Sports Hall of Fame.
you see today that the crowd's getting really excited. It's not that they've got anything against Shawn. It's just that they want Charlie to see him do well for one more time. Who knows what's going to happen next year? We don't even know what the status is going to be of the Open tournaments. We all want him to bowl real well.
So Charlie 97 to 93 for Shawn. Charlie's cut into the lead. Shawn's 30-pin lead, a little bit here. Charlie's got a tough shot. A spare would make a good difference here. He's got to play to the outside cap of that wood, out in front of the head pin. He's on it, but it just
misses.
didn't get the 6-pin to push into the 10.
Shawn with a 10 box
Shawn
of his
with
own.
a 10
103 for Shawn Morrison.
to 107. So we've got a 26-pin lead for Shawn Morrison with 2 strings to go. 26 pins can disappear in a hurry. 26 pins can swing any way.
26 pins has gone in a hurry.
It has.
Both
We had a
ways.
50-pin swing in one string here in the middle of the string. And so anything can happen.
But
2 strings to go, it's anybody's match.
I definitely would want the 26 pins on my side if bowling either one of these guys.
Absolutely. Charlie's on the head pin.
Charlie with a nice ball.
Get that dead wood a little lower.
Shawn with a
Shawn
nice
just
ball.
crushes a head pin and
Strike up.
All right, and this should be a spare, but there's a lot of wood there. Anything can happen with that wood, as long as he pushes it straight in.
And he does.
He's got it.
Mark up for both men in the 9th.
So Shawn working on a strike, first ball in the 9th string. Charlie on a spare. Shawn with a 26-pin lead after 8. Charlie loading a spare here.
Off the head pin.
3.
Shawn with a great pocket hit, leaving the 410 with, it looks like a pretty good wood right there, Charlie. Nice shot by Shawn Morrison. Spare on the strike, 20 after the first boxed.
So after 8 strings, Shawn Morrison with a 10.01. Charles Milan III with a 9.74. 27 pins difference going into the 9th string.
Charlie up in the third frame. Pocket hit. He's a little bit of a split there. Shawn with a bomb ball.
So Shawn has started the 9th string with a flurry, and he has in the whole tournament the last 2 strings. He's bowled really well in this.
Nice shot by Charlie.
Nice shot.
Great shot.
In the semifinal match versus Nate Neely, Shawn threw a triple strike in the middle of the string to overcome a 30-pin deficit.
That's
to,
right.
To win the match. So Shawn starting with 9th string here with a strike, spare, strike.
Oh, and a tough
Charlie
break
with
for
a
Charles.
spare, open spare. Shawn punches 2, but he's on a strike. Another ball for his load. Charlie with a really tough shot. Tough to carry that back pin and the 7-pin, even if you're on it.
Shawn right on the pocket.
Turns a 2-punch into a 9 load. 59.
And a 10 box for Shawn, 69 through 4.
To 47. So Shawn another 22 pins to add to his 27-pin lead. 49 pins with 1 string and 6 boxes to go.
Yeah, Charlie's definitely going to make a move now if he's going to have a shot at this match. And right through the center.
Shawn right in the pocket. So Shawn on the 9th string here, really on top of his game, right in the pocket, throwing the ball smooth.
Well, you knew it was going to happen. It was just a matter of when it was going to happen. He hadn't thrown a lot of strikes all day, and now he's got 3 in the first 5 boxes of the 9th string.
So at the half here in the 9th string, Charlie with a 55, Shawn with a 79 and 2 balls. Shawn with a 27-pin lead going into the string. He's broadened it to close to 60 pins now with a string and a half to go. Charlie needs a couple of double strikes and spares and 10s in the next 15 boxes to get back into this match.
Oh, a pocket hit and leaves the 7-10.
Shawn with a 7-10 split. He's got some deadwood there. I've only seen this shot made twice with no deadwood. One was that Chip Carson sitting next to me. Pushed the 10-pin into the curtain, chased it with the ball, and brought the pin back onto the lane to get the 7. You got to really, really throw hard to do that. Shawn tries the wood and sneaks the ball through over the gutter by the pin. Charlie on target, gets 2. Shawn has a deadwood foul that will have to be removed.
Suzuki.
Sue walking
Actually,
down.
Sue Doherty.
This will benefit Charlie here. Sue's going to walk down and walk back, and Charlie's sitting on the ball return.
Muscle stiffening up, the whole works, right?
Getting a little bit of a breather.
You can hear a pin drop in here now, Charlie.
So now there's 1 string and 5 boxes to go. Shawn with a 60-pin lead. And there's still hope for the legend, Charles Milan III, to make one of his famous comebacks.
With 14 boxes
So
left.
34. So he's 61 pins down with 14 boxes to go. Shawn Morrison, 61-pin lead. 2005 Men's State Championships. Shawn right in the pocket, a little bit light, leaves a 6-pin drop with wood. Shawn will crush that and make a spare. Charlie right in the pocket, he needs a strike. He doesn't get it, he's got some deadwood. So he's got, not what I thought would happen. I thought that deadwood of Shawn's would carry. Charlie out on the wood, he's got his spare, so Charlie's gonna pick up a few pins this box.
Hold your tickets, hold your tickets.
We are at the 3/4 pole.
Now, just a little insight here, in case you want to go after 8 strings. Both these guys would have been beat by Judy Bowden
In the
from
Women's
last
State
match.
Championship.
10:28 she had after 8 strings.
Shawn right in the pocket. Oh, he's got the inverted triangle. Tough shot. He's got a wood in the back.
That will go.
Oh yeah, it's almost an automatic shot. He's got to Sean's got to hit the, what is it? It's out of position. He's got to hit the 6
The
pin
sixth, or whatever the heck
into
it
the
is.
9 and kick the deadwood backwards. Oh, will the deadwood reach?
He's got it.
No, it did
Oh.
not reach. He had to go to the outside of that pin and kick the pin into the 5.
Charlie right on it for another
Charlie
mark.
with 2 in
Hold
a
your
row.
tickets.
So
Hold
Charlie's
your
going to
tickets.
make up 17 or 18 pins here in the last 2 boxes. So we've got 2 boxes to go in the 9th string. Shawn 60 pins in the lead, but Charlie working on 2 spares.
Shawn Morrison firing. Another
Right in
pocket
the pocket,
hit.
and he could end up with a tough deadwood there. We'll see where that wood lands. It's moving left right now. It could come back. Charlie with a 1 on a spare. Didn't want to see that. So 93 to 118 after 8 boxes. 25, 52 pin lead for Shawn Morrison after 8 strings and 8 boxes. 1 string, 2 boxes left to go in the match. Shawn throws a 10 bucks for Shawn. 10, nice 10, big 10 right there for Charlie. 103 to 128. 52 pin lead for Shawn. 11 boxes to go. Charlie's going to need a triple strike or 2 double strikes to get back into this match. Shawn leaves the door open right here. Very difficult spare for Shawn. Charlie's got a mark here. Charlie throws right up the middle.
Well, he's got a shot at this, Charlie. I think he's going to want to play way left, try to swing the wood around and try to get it into that 6 pin.
Or he might want to shoot straight at the 4 pin and bounce that wood off the wall.
He played it either way.
So, going into the last string here, Shawn Morrison will be up. A significant lead, but not insurmountable.
11:38 for Shawn Morrison through 9.
To 1088 for Charlie. So
50 pins.
50 pin lead. So no question, Charlie's got his work cut out for him. He's got to win by 50 pins. It's down to 1 string. Shawn demolishes the 10 pins in the first box and throws a strike. Charlie throws by the head pin with a 5-pin drop. He's got a deadwood to work with. He missed the head pin. So Shawn with a strike in the first, a 50-pin lead. Charlie with an open box in the first. We're down to 9 boxes to go.
I hate to say it, Charlie, but I think it's
boxes.
just about over.
I'm not giving up.
I'm not giving up either completely, but I'm just going by the way. It looks like your father's really tiring out here.
So we'll see here. He's got to get that left hand out. He's got to start really throwing the ball. He's got 9 boxes left to go. He's rocking. He is rocking.
He is rocking.
He's rocking. So when you see him set before he throws the ball and he takes those 3 rocks back and forth, that's when he's really bearing down. So we'll take a look at him here. Okay, he steps up, he sets. There's no rock.
And there's
no
no
rock,
pins.
and he missed the shot. Sean's got a nice wood to work with.
And he picks
He's
it up.
right on the shot. 20 after 1, 30 and a spare after 2. Charlie with a 19 after 2 boxes. So we're down to 8 boxes to go. Shawn Morrison with a 60-pin lead. 8 boxes to go, 60 pins. We need 2 double strikes or a triple strike in all marks for Charlie, depending on what Shawn does. And you've got to count Shawn in for at least 4 more marks.
Yeah, Charlie's got to mark out. I mean, that's basically the bottom line. Is he's got
He's
to
got to
mark
have some
out.
doubles. It's
Yep.
not just eight spares in a row won't even do it. 8 spares in a row, if Shawn didn't get a mark, would just get him there. So there's a spare, and there's no mark. So if Charlie can get a spare every box to the end and Shawn doesn't mark,
Then we've got ourselves a game.
then it's there. If Shawn throws, you figure in the next 7 boxes, Shawn's going to throw 4 marks. So Charlie's got to, with 7 boxes, got to throw all marks, and 2 of those have got to be double strikes or a triple strike. So it's getting down to Charlie's just has to mark every box. I have 6 boxes to go in the 2005 Men's State Championships. Charles Milan III versus Shawn Morrison. Shawn with a 60-pin lead here with 6 boxes to go. So Charlie needs 2 double strikes or a triple strike in all marks.
Charlie right on the head pin.
Right up the middle. Shawn right in the pocket again, leaving the 5-pin.
Great offer.
Back in the day, I saw Dad make that spread eagle 4 times in a row in Pittsfield with no wood. Spare 4, spare 4, spare 4.
How incredible is that?
And he made quite a run at it there, but just didn't quite cut it quite enough. So 55, here we are in the 10th string, the 10th and final string. Shawn with a 76 and a ball, Charlie with a 55. Now we're down to where it is. Charlie definitely has to throw a triple strike, and he has to throw it now.
Shawn still
Shawn
right
just
in that
hammers
pocket.
the pocket.
Shawn
This
with
is
an
where
84.
Shawn, this is where the mental game is taken out of it for Shawn, and you'll just watch him finish this match. He'll be smooth and just throwing, just like he has that first half. He'll be just throwing, crushing first balls
And not picking up the
and
spares.
missing the spares.
Charlie with a mark.
Charlie with a spare, so he can get 20. So he can still get 140. So Charlie can still get 130 pins here in these last 4 boxes. So Charlie can still bowl 130 more pins in these last 4 boxes, which would give him a 185 string. And Shawn would have to bowl 132 or less.
And Charlie with
And
a
he didn't get
big
the strike
bomb
there.
ball.
So there's still a glimmer of hope.
Still there.
With this, Charlie needs to get this spare. If he gets this spare, and he got the spare, now he needs a quadruple strike.
Boy, wouldn't that be the way to end the tournament right there, huh?
110, which would give Charlie a 194. So if he gets a quad, he definitely needs a strike here. Would give him a 194 with a quadruple. And Shawn would have to finish with a 141 or less. And that is not a quadruple beginning.
I got a feeling that's going to be the ball game.
We'll see the end of this box, but I do believe that due to running out of gas, the
Running
light
out.
at the end of the tunnel has been shut off.
Yeah, there's no question. Shawn's just on a roll now.
So with 2 boxes to go, Charlie can still bowl a 160, and Shawn is over what he could go. So the light at the end of the tunnel has been shut off due to Charlie Milan has run out of gas.
And I really do think that's what it is. It's just he did run out of gas. I mean, it's 10 strings nonstop. Yeah. I hope I can bowl 10 strings when I'm his age, Charles.
So Charlie Milan not going to do it this year. He's looking for that state championship in his 6th decade. And now he's got to start training for next year.
Oh, man. So it's just a matter of statistics on what we have for boxes and the final scores. Shawn Morrison is your 2005 state all-events champion for this year.
Oh, tremendous shot. And Charlie's going to go out with the best bowling that he can possibly do. He's not just going to throw the balls. He's going to
Absolutely
finish
not.
as strong as he can. And that was a great shot right there. I'd like to give our thanks to PAX, UHF Channel 33 in the Bangor market, Channel 9 on Adelphia Cable for televising our event today. You can watch PAX for local shows, Diagnosis Murder, Sue Thomas FBI, Candid Camera.
Candid camera. You
Yes,
gotta like
Candid
that.
Camera on pads, which again is UHF Channel 33 locally here in the Bangor market, Channel 9 on Adelphia Cable.
Charlie, gonna end.
That's about the most determination I've seen him throw in a ball.
I agree with you. Shawn
He's
just
hoping to
not
go out
letting
with a
up.
strike. And so the match between Shawn Morrison.
Shawn
of
needs a
Brewer.
10 on it to get what I said exactly that he was going to bowl. I said he was going to bowl a 1285.
Quite a shot there for Charlie.
The only problem is Charlie came up a little short.
1300.
No, he doesn't.
What?
And Shawn Morrison with a 7-load 144 with a 1282.
1282. So you were 3 pins off, Chip. 132 for Charles Milan. Excellent match. Well done. So 2005 men's state champion Shawn Morrison of Brewer, Maine. Charles Milan III, runner-up. Excellent bowling by both. And we'll be back with the cap just after this. So here we are, 2005 Maine State champion Shawn Morrison defeated Charles Milan III, my dad, and 1281 to 1215. To me, it was a great match. Shawn had 22 tens to Charlie's 27 tens, 34 spares for Shawn, 32 spares for Dad, 11 strikes for Shawn, 7 strikes for Dad. So it was a great match. Well done, Dad. What happened?
My body wouldn't do what my mind was trying to do. I couldn't get the ball over on the right. Everything I was hooking left, you know.
Well, well done. It was you bowled great, and Shawn, second-time state champion.
Second.
And they both gentlemen won the state championships as 18-year-olds. Chip,
Charlie, I'd like to congratulate you always for a job well done. We'll see you again next year. Shawn,
You've seen me
like a
for
little
the
brother.
last time.
I don't think so, but congratulations on your win. And like I said, it was a good job by both you guys.
okay, so Shawn, what was it like to bowl your mentor, employer? How did you feel out there?
Ex-employer.
Yeah, it's always an honor bowling somebody, of his, status. You never know what to expect. He gave me a great run through the whole match. For a while there, he had me worried.
Well, it had its ups and downs, and Shawn Morrison came out on top as 2005